Hello students, today May 14th, 2020. Today's class we are going to discuss about chemical properties of metals and nonmetals. Under this heading we have 4 different types of reactions. So in previous classes we finished reaction with oxygen, that means the reaction of metals with oxygen as well as the reaction of nonmetals with oxygen. Both we finished. In today's class we are going to see second reaction, that is reaction with water. Let's see reaction with water. Under this heading of reaction with water, we are going to discuss about two major topics, that is reaction of metals with water as well as reaction of non-metals with water. If you go for reaction of metals with water, metals reacts with water and liberates hydrogen gas, as well as it releases lot of heat. In science we indicate heat with a symbol called delta. See, metals like sodium, potassium, they are very vigorous towards water. You know how much vigorous they are? When a sodium metal is exposed to air, generally air contains some little amount of water vapor. If that water vapor touches that sodium metal, the sodium metal blast. That much vigorous and explosive reaction it is. So metals like sodium, they cannot be exposed to air. It is stored in kerosene. If it is exposed to air, it forms explosive reaction. That is why. You can check the reaction of sodium with water in a given link below. Okay. Next, let's go for reaction of non-metal with water. Generally non-metals does not react with water, but some non-metals like phosphorus, they react vigorously with air. Just like sodium, phosphorus when exposed to air, it also shows explosive reaction. So it is stored in water. This phosphorus is a non-metal, it is stored in water. We can see the reaction of phosphorus in air in a video link given below. Next topic what we are going to learn is reaction of metals and non-metals with acids. It is a third reaction in a sequence. First is reaction of metals with acids. Generally metals reacts with acids and releases hydrogen gas. You know how to identify this hydrogen gas? When this hydrogen gas is brought near to the burning splinter or a lighted matchstick, it gives pop-up sound and it will stop that lighting splinter. We can check this in a given video. It makes a pop-up sound. When hydrogen gas is brought near to that splinter, burning splinter, when hydrogen gas is brought near to that burning splinter, it makes pop-up sound and hydrogen gas acts as a fire extinguisher. It stops that fire. You can see in a given link clearly how this pop-up sound will come. Okay. But you have to remember this pain point, students. Metals like copper, they won't react with some acids like HCl and H2SO4. It reacts with concentrated H2SO4 only. Now question comes, what is concentrated H2SO4? What is a dilute H2SO4? Dilute and concentrated H2SO4. H2SO4 is said to be acid, which is said to be sulfuric acid. In a beaker, if we take acid, okay, in a beaker if we can have more acid and less water, it is called concentrated acid. Like concentrated H2SO4 means beaker in which more H2SO4 and less water. Whereas a dilute H2SO4 means beaker in which we have less H2SO4 and more water. So in a given container, if water is more and acid is less, it is called dilute acid. If in a given beaker water is less, acid is more, it is called concentrated acid. So to know the variation of dilute and concentrated acids, you can check the video given below. Next, let's see this reaction of nonmetals with acids. Nonmetals does not generally does not react with acids. Non-metals means like carbon, sulfur, oxygen, hydrogen, etc. All these they won't react with acids. Next, fourth reaction we are going to see reaction with bases. Reaction of metals with bases, reaction of non-metals with bases. Both you have to see. First one is reaction of metals with bases. Metals reacts with bases and releases hydrogen gas. This reaction is similar to the reaction of metals with acids. You can see in previous slide it is there very clearly. Reaction of metals with acids. Same you can see, you can observe with metals on reaction with base. Next one is reaction of non-metals with base. Generally non-metals means carbon, sulfur, hydrogen, these are non-metals. They also react with the bases, but it is very complicated reactions. Complex means complicated reactions, which we can see in higher classes. Okay friends, this is today's class.